Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing you my guide for South Park The Stick of Truth on Hardcore difficulty. No child left behind, no healing, and no items, and today we're doing the third dungeon, which is the UFO dungeon. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I'll have something for the, the video title and everything. But yeah, starting off this video on a high note, we get to get anal probed, and we break the white one, so they had to whip out the bigger black one. Anyway, yeah, so it's not anything too hard. You just mash, you break it with your sphincter, you know. One thing, though, is usually when I'm playing this game, like, especially if I don't play this game for a while, I end up actually laughing at a lot of the dumb shit that I forgot kind of happened, especially the visual gags. So in the background, I want to point it out, there is an image. If you look to the right of Randy, there's an image of somebody getting horribly anal probed. It's the fuckest thing ever. It's just, I don't know. It always gets like a giggle out of me because it's so fucking stupid. Anyway, the first thing you want to do is once you get out of that room, you want to go ahead and equip your equipment bag because they put you into pajamas, and pajamas don't really have any benefit at all. So, no point in having them on, right? I don't think they even have mod abilities. I don't think you can modify them anyway, so it's basically pointless. But so yeah, now we have the new ability, which is the anal probe, which allows us to teleport between things and usually activate certain switches and stuff. So, at least we're taking the anal probe better than what Cartman did in the first episode. Well, I mean the first quote-unquote real episode where Cartman gets anal probed. We're taking it a lot better, and it's not as big as it was. So these are the alien. That's what they call them. Well, I just call them visitors, but they're weak to shock, which, as you see, I equipped shock to my weapon, and I recommend you do the same. Also, make sure you at least have a slow ability in your arsenal somewhere, because the boss fight of this dungeon specifically is going to be a bitch. It is a very tough fight. And it's a security check. It's a run check, basically. It checks how good you are. The alien ray gun we just picked up there, I think, comes with shock already. So if you, they pretty much, that's the best thing about this game, is they usually give you something to kind of work around whatever potential thing they have planned for you. So the aliens are all weak to shock, which is very nice to have. Missile of slowing, that's what it's called, missile of slowing. Right. So, I like to put on just anything, usually fire, because burning is pretty nice. I mean, I don't know if it does more damage than gross out or not. I don't think it really matters, but, and I'm still not 100% sure if burning can be stacked. I don't think it can. I'm pretty sure it's only just bleeding that can stack, because I don't think gross out can either. But I forgot to come back and go into this room and do all this stuff, so. There's not really a lot here. There's just the funny haha audio log type stuff. And, I mean, it's just, parroting, of course, audio logs. Which is funny because recently I just bought I bought Transformers Fall of Cybertron for the PS3. It's a shooter game, and it's not bad. I like it so far. It's made by High Moon Studios, of all things. The people that eventually made Deadpool, so that's pretty cool. Also, Alien Suit grants you 2 shields at the start of a fight. It is fucking awesome. Trust me, it's gonna be a lifesaver. So they really give you a lot of good stuff in this dungeon to make sure you're fighting them. But for somebody like me who's running no healing and no items, I'm gonna need every little thing I can get. If you're following along and you're trying to do this stuff yourself, make sure you have an item that at least has frost on it, because getting these guys slowed is going to be very helpful, especially if you have haste, if you even can. So go for that. But anyway, so I've been playing that, and it's just funny because just out of randomness, all of a sudden I found an audio log, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, in a game like this about Transformers, and you give me a freaking audio log? Like, who decided that idea? I mean, it's a PS3 game, so it's like, it's 7th gen shit, but, still, like, what? I mean, it's just weird. So right here, I was having trouble trying to figure out why the hell the alien wouldn't walk behind, and I mean, I think it's just something that maybe I fudged up. I think you have to actually attack him first, maybe. I don't remember. But either way, I eventually just go up there and deal with it myself. Not a big deal. You know, I fudged up. It's fine. It happens. But yeah, most of this dungeon is a sort of pseudo puzzle type dungeon. It's nothing I would consider too difficult at all, besides like the boss fight. That's the only difficult thing I can find in this entire fight. And this is the boss fight of this dungeon specifically is, in my opinion, it's one of the 2 hardest bosses in the entire game. I normally would count Al Gore, but he's an optional boss, so it doesn't really matter. But out of the main bosses, yeah, they're really tough, and you'll see what I'm talking about later. But yeah, you saw right there, I still got debuffed even though I had shields on. But shields are amazing because it negated that damage. It protected that damage. It's, you know, I'm trying to think of something Yu-Gi-Oh related I can probably connect it to, because it's definitely not damage, or it's definitely not Magic Cylinder or whatever it's called. I mean, Mirror Force maybe at best. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big Yu-Gi-Oh brain guy anyway, so I should shut up. Shut up. So, yeah, the main point of this entire dungeon is to essentially get Randy out of his situation. So, you just do some Simon Says mini games. Nothing too hard. If you fudge up, then he gets anally probed. I mean, you'll see. You'll see. So, for those, I mean, granted, I've already spoiled so much of this game anyway, but for those that absolutely have not seen it, well, there's going to be something, you know, quite the funny later, which it got me the first time I played this game too. So, which I just want to say, like, when I first played this game, oh my god, it was a treasure. This game is just, it's so good. Even when you played it a million times and you think you've seen all the jokes, you've seen all the humor, it still gets a giggle out of me every once in a while. Also, these letters don't appear until like you pretty much walk up to them, so just don't forget, because I kind of got locked. Well, I didn't really get locked out of it. I just kind of missed it in like my last-ish playthrough that I did on my own time. I think my last real full playthrough might have been when I was doing either I was doing the PS4 remaster of the game when it came out, or I did my Let's Play of it. I don't remember, but that was years ago. And funny enough, every time I do South Park, everybody seems to love it, which is great. But yeah, right there, as you can see, they... I mean, I don't want to, you know, explain the joke, but as you can see, they pretty much make it almost nearly impossible to follow along with the keys. I don't think you can even hit 2 of the buttons at the same time. So you're supposed to fudge that up, just so you can watch Randy get anally probed, I guess. Yeah, it's South Park. What can you do? It's crude. It's mean. It's funny. So, yeah, that's an insight into my humor, I guess. It's very juvenile. But what can you do, right? So the first alien here you can knock out easily. Knock the sign on him. You can knock out the other one with electric. The third guy, though, the chief, I don't think you can knock him out. I think you have to actually fight him particularly head on. So, yep, fight him head on. Remember to apply directly to the forehead. Blah blah blah. Alien chief security. Now, security guys, the chief guys usually have extra abilities like attack up and like shield up, which I don't. Well, that might just be the boss I'm thinking of, but as far as I'm aware, they usually have like attack up like status, like, you know, buffs and what have you. Nothing too crazy, but you know, it's just enough to piss me off. So, yeah, these guys are tough. It's crazy because, like, you know, you get this far, you're probably like maybe level 5, level 6, maybe even level 7 if you've been grinding. And at this point in time, like if you're the same level I am, which is level 6, you know, this can definitely be a very challenging fight for sure. So yeah, I got some new gloves, check them out. I think you'll get to see my equipment. Well, I'll do another equipment check before I fight the boss of this dungeon, so that way people can see what exactly I had to go through. But yeah, another thing that makes this fight hard, or this dungeon hard in general, is the fact that you don't have buddies with you. That definitely makes it harder. Let's see, increases the damage of Bull Rush, additional damage, precision, gross amount. Stun targets take additional damage, and then I think maybe I'm either waiting for Horn. I think I might have upgraded Bull Rush at this one. I don't remember. Oh no, I keep my 2 points. Okay, that's a surprise. I actually thought I upgraded it later, but I didn't. So if you come down in this little ladder down here, you get another audio log that basically just leads you to this homeless guy, and there you go. Eventually, once he comes out. Now, the item that he drops, the equipment that he drops, a tinfoil hat, if I remember correctly, it gives you, I think, minus 25% damage from aliens, which is extremely good. So I'm going to want that because those guys do a lot of damage, and you'll see eventually what I'm talking about. But this bastard, this alien conspiracy hobo, is actually pretty beefed up. He's a relatively tanky guy. I think he's like, what's that, 70-ish armor on him? I can't see. The damn video's too small, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not that blind, hell. But he's just a normal run-of-the-mill hobo fight, and I think he does actually count toward your hobo, or your homeless camp. I keep saying hobo. He counts toward your homeless camp, side quests, so... Yeah, anyway, he's also a Nazi zombie. They don't explain, well, they don't really explain that, but yeah, he's a Nazi zombie, so... I kind of find it funny how it's sort of a... I don't know, I kind of... I said funny, but, like, I kind of don't like the idea that they sort of spoil the joke. However, my first playthrough, I never went down that ladder, I never got to fight him, so I didn't see that. But I don't like how they spoil the joke so early. I kind of wish they would have waited until the moment when you actually see the Nazi zombies, so... Do I save that last upgrade? Also, usually I never really upgrade the final ability that often. I didn't really do it that much for Mage, and I barely did it for Jew. And for Thief, I don't even remember what the hell the last upgrade even, or the last ability even was to begin with. But, alright, so, maybe I forgot to skip this. But I think I flub up like a couple of good times because my brain don't work very well. Did I? Yeah, there it is. So this was not on purpose, I promise. Oh, you know what's funny is I mean, of course they're kind of related, but okay. I just want to say that I'm the type of guy that actually likes the original South Park games. Okay, I like the 64 PS1 South Park games. I think they're fun and funny. So you have South Park Chef's Love Shack, and there's a little minigame thing you can do where just all of a sudden Cartman is basically getting anal probed and you have to answer questions right, so he doesn't get anal probed. And every single time I would always answer the questions. I just mash through them and just, you know, hope that Cartman gets anally probed and just laugh at him. It's just dumb. I mean, it gets your points, but I just I much prefer the humor over the points. You know what I mean? So that's the type of guy I am. But the PS1 version is kind of a little worse than 64 version, in my opinion. It has loading time. It's weird. Anyway, so I did save my game, and I recommend that you put on whatever armor you can and save your game at least a room or two before you go up here, because you'll have to keep changing out your armor every single time you go up here. It sucks. It's not fun. And I think I ended up actually fudging it up anyway to the point where I have to. And by the way, there is a Chim Pokemon in this next area. This is a missable collectible. Any dungeon, like every dungeon, like Giggling Donkey, the school, both times, and all that other stuff, and Clyde's place that has Shoe, they are missable, and you don't want to miss them. So, same thing with friends. There are missable friends, too, every once in a while. Like Clyde's, which I think is... I don't know if he's actually missable, but he might be. So anyway, there is, of course... But, yeah, Chim Pokemon. Anyway, I'm showing off what I have. So, I get 2 PP when I kill an opponent, which is kind of dumb and pointless, and I don't remember if I changed that or not. But that one armor isn't really that great, honestly. But defense... So, yeah, I think this was the one where I went for defense up with the Druid Gloves. So, that's what I equipped. Defense up at the start of combat. I don't think it stays on for too long. I don't remember if they actually stay. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure buffs and debuffs stay on until you get rid of them. But the only way to get rid of buffs is by getting hit with something that gets rid of it, I believe. Unless they are timed. I mean, like, slow and stuff, I think eventually goes away. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Alright, so here comes the challenging part. I forget exactly which thing I equipped for this one. I might just stick with burning. or gross. I think it was gross because I think gross was doing like 20 more damage than my fire was, so I went with that possibly. That would be the smart thing to do. Okay. I mean, I guess not. Yeah, I really don't remember. It's been a couple of days, guys. I did this like Thursday, and right now it's Saturday, so I'm kind of missing out on remembering all that good crap. Alright, so, yeah, there's no point in equipping anything else. So I just mainly go with Missile of Slowing. I was checking out the crossbow and just checking out like my mods. Because I felt like, oh, maybe that could work, but then I realized, no, that's not going to happen. Alright, so now we have to fight the biggest dildos of all RPG gaming. There are 3 enemies here, as you can no doubt tell. There's the alien pilot, there's the alien co-pilot, and there's the alien defense matrix. The alien defense matrix is immune to frost, fire, and gross, and bleeding. However, it is weak to shock. These assholes also have boss ability, and the defense matrix thing gives them pretty much just every type of defense in the book. They're just harder to take out, so once you destroy the defense matrix itself, you're good. First things first, freeze one of the alien pilots. Also, if you damage the alien pilot himself enough, he'll actually run away from the fight. So, slow him down, slow both of them down in your first couple of turns, so that way you can get basically just a couple of extra good turns on you. So, fire torpedo. This one does a decent bit of damage. It's mostly the photon lasers that actually get me the most. So Randy, I think right there is basically going to explain like, hey, I think they're weak to shock. You should use that to your advantage and stuff and blah blah blah. So, all right, go for some heavy strikes. I don't think it really matters if you do like light or heavy, but I always go for heavy just in case. And at one point, RNG was on my side where I actually got like, I think I killed it in 2 hits, but this was a time where I actually got 3 hits on it. So you want to try to get it dead in like at least 2 to 3 turns. Because any more than that, and you could potentially get fucked. This is a very, very, very tight fight. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is extremely tight for a fight. Mainly because you don't have buddies. I mean, granted, if you know, when you can use healing and all that other stuff, you know, in a normal playthrough, but I'm not doing a normal playthrough, so it doesn't matter. Alright. These guys are bosses, so they're immune to stun, which is unfortunate. But at least I get defense down and gross at. And look at that damage! Rochambeau's upgrade ability, or just in general, goes through armor, which is very great. At least it ignores some armor, but yeah, attack up sucks. Also, one thing I want to make sure you guys, you know, really understand is, if you're gonna do this fight well, like I'm trying to do right now, you have to block every attack. Like, even getting hit once could cost you your life. I'm not kidding around. This took me like at least 5 or 6 different tries. I had one point where I took 1 hit. I fucked up 1 block. It was over. I was just dead. So, yeah. Stack up burning, stack up bleeding, stack up gross up. Just stack up shit. Even if it can't stack, who cares? Just stack up whatever you can. Equip shock and just slow them. Freeze them. Mage. Mage has an ability at this point in time that you've already unlocked where you can use frost to freeze both of them at once. It's great. And for Jew, I don't remember, and for Thief, I'm not sure, but I think Thief works the same way that Fire does. I'm pretty sure Jew does as well. So, unless Jew's closer to Mage, I don't remember. Anyway, that's it for that. We are now in day 2, and I will end off the dungeon in day 2. I'm not going to continue on to the next area, so because we just switched days. There's, I think, like only 3 days or 4 days in this game, so yeah, we're now in, I think we're in day 2. Oh, fudge. Hang on. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, as always, you know, see you in the next one, and take care, everybody.